Good morning, folks. It's a glorious morning, about 9:20 in the morning. It's Coffee with Pastor Dave. A couple weeks ago, I went hunting with Ray Wolf, and first time I'd ever been bird hunting and hunted with a dog. So new experience for me, novice. And it was an amazing time. Well, it was an amazing time, and it wasn't. It's a normal thing to do, hunt with a dog, but and we did well. We got plenty of pheasant and all. But I want to tell you about Sam. Sam is Ray's dog, and Sam's old. Sam is roughly in human years, about 70, something like that. And so not a spring chicken, not, bouncing around and, all that kind of thing. Has arthritis in her shoulder, and you could see that when she was walking. Deaf as a post in one ear, so it's hard. She can't really triangulate with sound. But man, her nose, she knew what she was doing. And what was fun was how excited Sam got. When we were, getting dressed, putting on our vests and that kind of thing, she was sitting and all. But man, once we got the guns, she knew, okay, this is going on. And she had her little vest on to protect her underbelly, and she was just whining, ready to go. And just, again, a little bit of the young Sam, I suspect, was kind of coming out there, even though she kind of limped along and wasn't real fast or anything, wasn't running around. And then when she went, it was like she listened to Ray. Ray would, say, get the bird, get the bird, get the bird. And she'd be going along, and man, she'd just get real quiet, and her tail would go out and just start quivering, and she would just stand there and point. And you kind of look at her nose, and you go, and sure enough, right there. So you go and you kind of walk, and all of a sudden, pheasant fly up, and that was a pheasant there. And it was really fun to see her do that, and the way she and Ray, and I guess we kind of as a team, but I was just following along. Ray were working the field and and they knew each other, and just team there. And I was thinking, kind of as hunting and seeing the beauty of the pheasant, and how these males are just they're iridescent and they're multiple colors, and just they're beautiful, beautiful birds. When Jesus was born, this Christmas season, it isn't simply for our salvation, that somehow we're rescued from sin. He came to free up all of creation. Yes, we are rescued from sin, and personal salvation is of paramount importance. But what God has done in Jesus, and this little baby that we celebrate, is recreating the heavens and the earth, new heavens, new earth. That's what we look forward to. That's what began in the resurrection of Jesus. That, excuse me, the new creation has begun there. And what does that have to do with this hunting thing? In the garden, the animals and the man and the woman were in harmony, in perfect harmony. There was no fear of each other. There wasn't animosity or kind of distance there. Man and the woman were the masters, and the animals were looked to them as that. Probably the closest we get to that here in our sin-shattered world is that relationship between human beings and their dogs. And that's a close proximity. And I say proximity because it isn't anywhere near what it will be. And the teamwork that was displayed between Ray and Sam, and the joy Sam had in being out, doing what she was created to do and bred to do, hunt birds with her master. And it was just joy. there, and it was just what we're supposed to do. You got the sense that's just why it was made. When Jesus died on the cross and was resurrected, it began. It began. Certainly it isn't done, and certainly we wait for the consummation, because sin and the consequences of the rebellion that the man and the woman did against their Creator, and that we do against our Creator, are still there. We still have this sickness and death. We still have, torn relationships. We still have, name it, wars, injustice, tribalism. But one day that's going to be done. And the church, what God has given for us, is we're sort of the pointy end of the stick. We're a new society that God's creating there. John Stott calls it. And so how we act towards each other, the reality that the Holy Spirit is the one that creates the church and sustains the church and inhabits the church and empowers the church, the people of God, to die to themselves, to love others as ourselves, to act towards civil authorities as God would have us act, as Jesus acted against the Roman authorities, or towards Roman authorities and Jewish authorities, his submission and yet his absolute independence and proclamation. And I submit, but I do it. And no one takes my life from me. I lay it down. And also, this is how we are to be in the world. And not just do it, but what we look forward to. Why is this new creation where the animals and everything is as it should be? Our relationships with God, with each other, with nature. And that is going to be a glorious thing. And to watch little shards of that, to look for little hints of that in this age here. And I think with our dogs and seeing them work with us in various capacities, and the love we have for our dogs and the kind of devotion they have for us, is I don't know, that's a little shard of it. So this Christmas, this Advent, as we celebrate the baby coming, let us remember why he came. He came to die, but it was to make everything right. Justice in the world, salvation in the world, a new heavens and a new earth. And that's getting worked out, and it will all be consummated when he returns. So friends, he is risen, he has come, and he is coming. And we get to look forward to that and all the restoration that brings. So I hope you have a good day. I look forward to seeing you on Sunday, and then Thursday, a week from yesterday, is Christmas Eve service, and we'll do it up. So have a great day. Bye.